Hello, I'm Liviu Bălan, and today I will show you how to mount a vboxsf partition on operating system start for an HTTP server on Ubuntu Server. First, as you can see here, I'm having a Ubuntu Server installed on my VirtualBox manager. What you will have to do first is to right click on the machine and then click settings, and then go to shared folders and add the folder that you will want to share. My folder is located in /projects VM HTTP. Click open. Don't check read only or auto mount. Click OK and then OK. Then I will start the machine. Because I'm having SSH installed on my virtual machine, I will connect to it using SSH Ubuntu VM. Then I will use ID and then Liviu.Bălan. As you can see here, I'm having a Liviu user, which is the default user when I installed my operating system, and also I've manually created a user Liviu.Bălan with user ID 1001, group ID 33, www.data, and other groups www.data. Okay. Next, what I want to do is to edit the content of ATC fstab with sudo. Here I will press I and then paste this value. The first one is the directory that I've just shared. The third one is the location of directory where the content of this directory will be placed on my file system, on my VirtualBox file system. Then is the type of the partition, user ID, as you can see 1001 is the user ID for Liviu.Bălan. Then the group ID 33 is www.data, and change mode for the override the mode for directory here, and for files here. Here I will press the ESC key and then right quit. And after this, what I have to do is to use sudo vi atc modules. Here I will have to activate the vboxsf module in order for vboxsf to be available after I restart my virtual machine. Now that I've made these steps, I can use sudo mount -a. This will mount a file system, this command, and also -a will mount all file systems of the given types mentioned in fstab. So I've edited the fstab, and using this command I am able to mount all the file types. Now if I go to var www.html and type ls, You can see here the index.html, which is owned by liviu.balan from www group. Now, if I go to my virtual, if I go to a browser and click refresh, you will see this message, hello from host, which is the message from my host operating system. If I go to my local operating system and type vi/projects vm http .liviubalan.com/index.html, you will see this message, hello from host. If I modify this text, for example, hello from host again, and if I refresh the browser, you will see the modified message. Okay, if I use mount, I can see the mounted partitions. If I use sudo umount and http.liviubalan.com, you will get this message. This is because I'm already in the var www.html directory, and what I have to do is to change the current directory to another one and use umount again. Now, if I type ls-l var www.html, you will see here that the index.html is owned by the root from the root group, and if I click refresh, you will see the default message. Okay, so what I want to show you next is that if I go to with sudo vi atc fstab, you will see here these options. What these options represent? The UID represents the default file owner user ID. The GID represents the default file owner group. This one is for liviu.balan, this one is www.data. The dmode overrides the mode of all directories to this octal mode. It works like the change mode in Linux, but it doesn't, it overrides the directory, even the directory on the host operating system is different. You will see in a moment what I want to say. And this one works the same like these ones. This one, fmode, works like dmode, but the difference is that fmode applies to files and dmode applies to directories. So what I want to say, if I quit this and use mount -a again with sudo okay, and if I type ls -l html, you will see here the, let's go to html. You will see that this file is owned by liviu.balan from www.data. If I go to my projects, vm.html, and here if I create another file with touch, file.txt, and add the directory, make dir dir and type ls minus l, and here if I type ls minus l, you will see that for file.txt the writes are read write read write read, but here the writes are read write read read. So, and for the directory here I have read write execute read write execute read execute, and here I have read write execute read execute and read execute. So even if I explicitly change my mode here to, let's say, 700 for dir and 700 for file.txt and then use ls minus l, you will see here that the writes remain the same. This is very useful because you may not you may change the modes here on the host operating system, but on the guest operating system you will have an explicit mode, and this is very important because, for example, if this file will be used by Apache or by PHP or by something else to write inside of it, if this app will be in the group www data, will be able to write inside of it. But instead, if you will use the default modes from the host operating system, you will have some troubles. So remember this very useful thing. Inside your etc/fs tab, this D mode and F mode. This will be the modes that you will use most of the time if you want to configure a web server. 775 for the directory and 664 for files. Also, as you can see here, you have user ID and the group ID. If I change I have to use sudo. If I change the user ID to 1000 and group ID to 1000, this is the values for the user review. And then if I use umount and then mount again, now if I type ls minus l var www.html, you will see that now the files and directories are owned by Liview by the user Liview from the group Liview. Even on your host operating system, the actual files and directories are owned by Liview.balan from www data group. So in this way, you will make sure that all the files and directories that you've shared are owned by the correct user and group that you want. Let's modify again the fs tab to the values 1001 and group 33. Right click, and now what I want to do is to restart my machine, sudo reboot, And after this, if I press the refresh button, you are able to see the content from your local operating system, from your host operating system. If I use cat and then index.html, you will see hello from host again. And now if I connect to my machine using SSH Ubuntu VM and then go to var www.html and here type ls-l vi index.html, I am able to see the content of this file, hello from host again. But remember that now I'm on user review, so the content is read-only. If I want to make sure that I am able to edit this file, I will switch to my user review.boolean, go to var www.html and edit the content for index.html. Now if I remove the content here and type hello from guest, now if I refresh this content, you see that I'm able to edit my file from both my guest operating system and my host operating system. So this is how you mount a vboxsf partition on start on Ubuntu Server, and this is a very useful thing to know that when you mount it, it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want a web server, my recommendation is to use these options for your user ID, group ID, directory and file mode. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to learn more about Ubuntu, about VirtualBox, you can check out my tutorials on YouTube and also take a look on my website liviubalan.com. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.